The banners hanging in Los Angeles tell stories of dominance, of defense that strangled opponents, of teams that understood something deeper than scoring. On certain nights, you can almost feel that history pressing down from the rafters, asking a simple question: who are you really? Right now, the Los Angeles Lakers don't have a clean answer. The season began with optimism, sharp ball movement, offensive efficiency, a sense that this roster finally made sense. But momentum is fragile in the NBA. 3 straight losses have shifted the mood, not because the Lakers forgot how to score, but because they forgot how to stop anyone. 25th in defensive rating, near the bottom of the league, numbers that don't belong next to a franchise built on resistance and pride. This isn't about effort alone. It's about identity. Offensively, the Lakers can trade punches with anyone. They generate points. They stretch the floor. They have creators who bend defenses, but every night, the other end of the court tells a different story. Late rotations, missed box-outs, guards turning the corner too easily, bigs arriving a step late. Defense isn't just schemes. It's trust. It's sacrifice. And it's personnel. Jared Vanderbilt represents the dilemma perfectly. When he's on the floor, the Lakers are tougher, switchable, disruptive. He does the dirty work. But in a league obsessed with spacing, Vanderbilt's inability to consistently threaten from the perimeter turns him into a liability on offense. So his minutes shrink. The defense suffers. The cycle repeats. And that's when the conversation turns uncomfortable. Because if the Lakers want to fix this, they may need to look outside their comfort zone. They may need to look toward chaos. Draymond Green has built a career on chaos. Few players in modern basketball are as polarizing. Green is not just a defender. He's a force of will, a communicator, a disruptor, a player who turns defensive possessions into psychological battles. The Golden State Warriors tolerated the volatility because the results were undeniable. 4 championships, a dynasty forged on intelligence, toughness, and controlled aggression. But dynasties fade. And this year, Golden State looks mortal. The Warriors aren't very good. And Green's behavior, once seen as competitive fire, now feels heavier, more exhausting. Recently, during a timeout, Green argued with Steve Kerr, his coach, his ally, his constant for nearly a decade. Moments later, Green went straight to the locker room. No theatrics, just separation. It wasn't a breakup, but it was a crack. Kerr and Green will talk it out. They always do. But the league watches patterns, not apologies. When winning disappears, tolerance shrinks. Suddenly, what was once edge becomes distraction. And that's when front offices start asking questions they never thought they'd ask. Bill Simmons asked one out loud. What if Draymond Green ended up in Los Angeles? On his podcast, Simmons painted the picture vividly. A veteran, traded unexpectedly, motivated, offended, reinvigorated. I can't believe they traded me, Simmons imagined Green thinking. A player who would triple down on intensity, on madness, on purpose. And Simmons wasn't subtle about why it might work. LeBron James, history, trust, clutch moments shared. The idea isn't random. Green and LeBron have a long relationship, sometimes adversarial, sometimes respectful, always meaningful. They speak the same basketball language, reads, angles, timing. Green doesn't need to score to matter. He needs to control. Of course, this isn't peak Draymond. He's turning 36. The lateral quickness isn't what it was. The offensive limitations are real. Golden State wouldn't get a king's ransom for him. The days of blockbuster returns are gone. The logistics are messy. A straight swap for LeBron James is a fantasy. The Lakers would never do it. A package of Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, and Jackson Hayes makes the money work, but not the value. Golden State would be selling low, unless they decide the season isn't salvageable. That's where draft capital enters the room. A first-round pick. Suddenly, the conversation changes. The Warriors wouldn't want to strengthen a rival, especially one that has haunted them in the past. But desperation has a way of redrawing lines. For the Lakers, the appeal is obvious. Green would immediately elevate the defense. He would talk, organize, demand. Pairing him with DeAndre Ayton, an elite offensive center who struggles defensively, could create balance. Ayton scores. Green erases mistakes. One covers for the other. The question isn't whether Green would help. It's whether the Lakers are willing to invite volatility into a locker room already under pressure. Veteran teams can absorb personalities. Sometimes they need them. Put Green next to LeBron and Luka Doncic, and the hierarchy is clear. Voices are defined. Roles are enforced. Green has never made a good team worse. He has only magnified what they already were. But trades don't happen in a vacuum. They happen when patience runs out, when winning feels distant, when relationships strain. This deal remains unlikely, unless Golden State reaches a point where peace matters more than principle. And that's what makes this moment fascinating. The Lakers are at a crossroads. They can ride out the storm, hoping effort and internal adjustments lift a defense ranked near the bottom. Or they can gamble on disruption, on a player who embodies everything they currently lack: edge, urgency, and accountability. History tells us this franchise doesn't wait quietly. Defense has always been the foundation of its greatest teams. The question now is whether the Lakers are willing to pay the price to reclaim it. Because seasons don't drift into greatness. They're pushed there, sometimes by the most unlikely forces. Would Draymond Green be a solution or a spark that burns everything down? That answer may decide how this season is remembered. Let me know what you think.